I would like to share some thoughts now about the Chief Information Officer of a hospital or similar healthcare facility. The Chief Information Officer is a strategic level executive. In other words, he or she is not involved in technical tasks directly, but rather in understanding the information needs of the entire organization, striving to create and sell a vision of the future as it relates to information technology within the organization. He or she works with others as a strategic leader, not as a programmer, not as a project manager or any other similar level, but as a strategic person on level, for example, with the Chief Financial Officer. The CIO ordinarily reports directly to the Chief Executive Officer. This position requires an unusual combination of abilities. Because Chief Information Officers generally rise up through the organization, they generally have technical backgrounds. And by technical, I mean probably programming, project management, that kind of thing. A high-level executive must be very good at working with people, and many programmers are not. There's a basic difference that Carl Jung described in 1923. We have a preference either for extroversion or introversion. Programmers are not likely to be extreme extroverts, and extroverts are not likely to be programmers because of the discipline it requires to sit in front of a machine rather than being with other people all of the time. But the point I'm trying to make here, and perhaps not very well, is that since the CIO probably came up through the ranks on the technical side, in other words, programming and other technical aspects of information systems, perhaps networking, computer networking, I mean, they must then make the transition to the kind of position that requires interpersonal skills of a very high quality. The best example of a person that I can think of who successfully made that transition, who is well known, of course, is Bill Gates. Bill Gates got started because of his ability to write an operating system at a time when writing a computer operating system was not a common ability. But he managed to negotiate the transition between being a technical person and being the executive officer of Microsoft. And it's an unusual person who can make that transition, who has the flexibility to be successful in both arenas. Some of the things that Chief Information Officers are likely to get involved in is understanding the needs of the organization, understanding the nature of the alignment between information systems and the needs of the organization, being involved in, on the one hand, keeping up with what's happening so rapidly on the technology side and visioning the future of the organization. I would like to end this brief lecture with a quote by a famous hockey player named Wayne Gretzky. A good hockey player plays where the puck is. A great hockey player plays where the puck is going to be. And my point is that in trying to achieve that dynamic alignment between the IS system and the organization itself, the Chief Information Officer must anticipate both the organization that is becoming and the technology that is so rapidly changing. Creating that alignment is not easy when both the organization and the technology is rapidly evolving. Thank you.